Hey there, welcome to day 1393 of What's She Up To Now. I call this one Learning, Your Meaning, and Two Sides of the Same Coin. Whoa, dropping coins everywhere. Coins and tokens. I found a bunch of tokens after yesterday's video, of course, because that's how it always works, right? You find one, and then after the video, you find a whole bunch more. So, today, our idiom, our money idiom for the month of November for Supersize Your Business was two sides of the same coin. And it means it's been around since it's a proverb from England in the 1700s, and then it became popular in the 1800s in America when John Adams used it in his autobiography, and Thomas Jefferson used it in a letter in 1817. So since the early 1800s, it's been around in the United States, and it basically means two sides of something that might not seem related but are totally related. So think of violent behavior and deep insecurity. Now, you could argue, oh, I don't think violent behavior and deep insecurity are related at all. I don't think narcissism and insecurity are related at all, but I contend that they are. And we talked about that on Supersize Your Business. And how do you use two sides of the same coin, meaning, you know, a quarter, whether you look at the president's side or you look at in this one, it's a new quarter, it's the state side, it's still worth 25 cents, right? So two sides of the same coin has no effect on the outcome or the whole or the value of something. And we talked about that pretty at length in today's Supersize Your Business. But what does it mean and how do you apply it to your business and growing and supersizing your business? In our annual challenge today, what was a good one? It was about understanding and learning, and that sometimes we understand things and we've understood them our whole life on the surface, but actually learning and internalizing and experiencing them is different. It's at a whole different level. And sometimes we have an aha, an epiphany, a realization, a change in perspective. We see things from a different point of view that we've never seen before. And even though we've heard and understood the theory, we actually haven't grasped it. We haven't really understood it. We haven't lived it. We haven't had a lesson that taught us different ways of looking at it or what it really means. And I can think of hundreds of examples of that in my life. Just about every lesson learned in my lifetime, and I'm sharing one of those each day on the Get Up and Go challenge page, No Nonsense November, I call it, and we're just sharing a lesson from 6 decades of living, a long time, things that I've learned and I've garnered, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have known this when I was, a teenager. I wish I would have known this when I was 20, 21. Sure would have helped and saved me a lot of heartache and regret, but I didn't. We only know what we know when we learn it, and when we actually learn it, not just hear it and understand it. There's things on this list that, as I'm sharing through the month of November, that I have heard literally thousands of times in my life, if not tens of thousands of times in my life. And I understood the words, but I didn't learn it because I didn't use it and apply it and really figure out what it meant for me. Which leads me to our idiom, our No Nonsense November for today was your meaning, meaning you decide what everything means. And I went off a little bit and talked quite a while, I'm not sure how long, but I talked more extensively than I have on these lessons so far about how we decide what everything means and how important that is. And we can abdicate choosing and deciding and understanding and let other people think for us, or we can realize that we have this incredible personal power and we can decide what everything means. We decide what every experience means to us. We can decide it in a positive way or a negative way. We decide what every conversation means to us. Lots of times we imply and we assign intent to other people's words and actions that they never intended. That it ends up being actually the opposite of what they intended. So I talked pretty extensively about that. Those are our 3 pieces of content for today. Get Up and Go Challenge, December. It will be our 10th 30-plus day Get Up and Go Challenge. I've said it several times. We go over something called the SOAP framework, and we take that SOAP framework and we install it in our subconscious so that we can deal with changes and challenges as easy as breathing, as automatically as breathing, and guarantee that we're going to be better off no matter what change and challenge, whether it's as big as COVID or as little as breaking a nail, in the best way for us, right? And we talk about 9 actual areas and aspects of our life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, and contribution. And communication, and confidence. We talk about 9 areas of our life instead of, I usually do 7. Can't even do 7 fingers, 7, but we're doing 9 in 2021. April, I added those 2, confidence and communication, because I think that they're core foundational skills, and I wanted to set personal goals and objectives, long-term goals and objectives for improvement in those areas. So whenever I do that, I usually add that to what I'm teaching and sharing and coaching and consulting on, because if it's benefiting me, I think it'll benefit other people as well. And if it doesn't, then you just ignore that. You don't pay attention to that part. And you don't have to. I mean, some people have 4 areas or 6 areas or 5 areas of their life that they break things down by and pay attention to. It's totally up to you, right? Because you decide what everything means. So that's it for right now. I am running late for like the last month. It seems like things get later and later. I think it was 10 o'clock last night when I finally posted a couple of my videos and shared them on Facebook. That is not like me. It just means that I've switched my mornings to afternoons and nights, and it's got me a little discombobulated. But I will get back to what feels best for me, because that's what we always do, right? We ebb and flow with things that change. Holiday week this week, super excited. It's my favorite holiday. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, probably because I'm thankful just to be here. I'm thankful just to still be around kicking and screaming and causing trouble. All right, any questions? Hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.